Hello everybody, this is Jason and it's time for another 7-minute fix. Today we're going to do something a little bit more basic. We're going to make a PowerPoint presentation for a youth service or youth class. Now I've already started with some preset elements, but we're going to go through them one by one. Our first slide is currently blank. We do want to make sure that we're in a widescreen. You can change that under page setup from the standard 3x4 to 16:9. Widescreen is just cooler. Once you go widescreen, you don't go back. Now we've got a blank slide. We're going to go format, background. Here you can make it a solid fill, such as black for media or just a picture. Always use a picture if you can. We have a standard picture for our junior high youth service, promoting that when the students come in. Then we're going to use it later on for when we do our object lesson or activity, just so that we don't have a blank screen. The next slide is a prayer slide. Now you can put in a scripture about prayer up here if you want to. Don't believe that lie that every slide has to have text. This is going to be our song slide. Now normally this is a darker but kind of artistic but not too distracting slide that we're going to put our song on. First we need to insert our audio. We're going to go music, iTunes Media, music. Let's do Hillsong United, shout unto God. Now that icon comes in pretty big. You can resize it, move it around. I like to just put it over here in the corner. But up here under playback, we're going to be able to make sure that that plays automatically. We also want to hide that during the show. Also here we can fade in and fade out. And then over here is trim audio. That is your friend. This specific song has a weird ending, so we can kind of cut it off at 3 minutes. And then with the fade out, it's going to sound professionally like that's where the song ended, and that's the way we want it. So now that our audio is good, we're going to insert a text box. Now you can usually just search by the name of the artist and song on the web. I already did that, pulled the text and put it in this Word document, so I'm just going to copy and paste. And now we're going to do some formatting. We want that song to be, for the most part, as big as possible. Bold. Center that. And now I'm going to just put in some elements, a little bit of a glow on the background. Yeah, that color doesn't look so great. Center. I'm going to change my glow just to black, so that'll help it stand out. Now, as far as the text box, make sure you've selected the text box, and then we're going to go animation. We're going to do a fade in and fade out. Now, over here on your animation pane, you want to make sure that fade in, that starts after, or with previous rather, so that it starts when the audio starts playing, it fades in. On the fade out, we want that to be when we click, so that we can decide, obviously, when we go to the next stanza. You could time it with the song, but that takes forever. So we're going to copy that and paste it. We're going to go grab our text, Control C, select the text here, Control V. Now when you paste rather, you want to select text only, keep text only, and that way it saves your formatting. We're going to resize, just nudge that back kind of to the little off center, obviously just to look good on our slide. But if you notice over here, all of the animation stayed when we copied and pasted, and that's the way we like it. So we're going to delete that last fade out because we don't need that, but that'll go real smooth. Okay. Now we're going to move down, and basically we've got our resting slide like we mentioned. We've got our title slide of Jonah. A great place to get slides like this is vintagechurchresources.com or vintagechurch.cc. They've got free title slides, background, etc. So now we're going to insert a YouTube video. Now you can go to YouTube and found this really neat little cute little girl telling the story of Jonah. But on any YouTube video, there's a little button right down here called share, and you can copy that link and then go to keepvid.com, paste in that link, click download, and it'll give you the options of downloading that YouTube video. MP4 is what you would use for a PC. So I've downloaded that, saved it to my desktop. We're going to insert it into our PowerPoint presentation. Right where we insert audio, we'll do video, story of Jonah. Playback, we want that to play automatically as well. Full screen, and we want it to hide when not playing. And then the last element, I want to insert a song at the last slide. Basically, that can just be a time for reflection, an altar call. So I'm going to go again, music, iTunes Media, music. Let's do Texas Bible College. Called to be. I want to be what I'm called to be. Now this one, once we get over here, this one we want to leave on click. Okay, but let's just hide it during the show. That way we have the option whether or not we want to play that if it fits, depending on the response. So here's our PowerPoint presentation for a youth service or youth class.
Story of Jonah.
There we go. One last suggestion: if you would save this as the week, save it as 1/1/2013, etc. Whatever you save it as, then you can just open it up next week, make whatever changes you need to make, and it'll be ready to go. So ultimately, though, that is how you make a PowerPoint presentation. And comment and let us know what we can do for you next time.